This segment is sponsored by Rebath. If a bathroom remodel made the list of spring to-do projects, I have just the team that can help. Donald Lynch is here from Rebath to show you the difference they can make, whatever the budget. Hello, good to have you here.
Hi, Catherine. Thanks for having me.
Tell us about Rebath and what you do for folks.
Well, simply put, Catherine, we're the industry specialists. You know, there's a lot of companies in the industry that claim to be the specialists in the industry, but yet they only do shower spaces or partial remodels, or they spend their mornings doing roofing and bathrooms in the evening. You know, with ourselves, bathrooms are all we do. We run the gamut, so to speak. You know, there's no job too big or too small for us. Everything's in-house. Our material is our own. We have strategic partnerships for things like our vanities and our flooring. So our goal is to make the whole process from design to demolition to done as easy on the homeowner as possible.
I think the best way to demonstrate what it is that you do is when we show these before and after shots. And I want to do that. Brilliant. And you talked about, you know, no job too big or too small.
Yes.
The first project that we're going to look at is a complete remodel in a bathroom. Mm-hmm. This is, I call it every bathroom, right? Everybody has a bathroom like this.
Every bathroom, and you know, if everyone's bathroom doesn't look like that, I'm sure they have a family member or something, you know, that they can relate to. It's dated. It's the, you know, the original builder's grade fiberglass unit that's taken on more of a puke color now than a yellow. And then, you know, again, just a lot of the original elements like the dated linoleum, you know, the natural kind of wood tones and original mirrors and lighting to the space as well. So you see what we've done is first and foremost, starting with the shower space, we've come in and you know, in terms of accessibility, turned it into a low threshold walk-in shower, but just doing it in a very functional and sleek manner. Mm-hmm. And then as that carries on to the rest of the bathroom, even in doing the vanity, the flooring and the mirror and so on, you see even with the mirror something that's very on trend with those LED lit mirrors, but you can see we also didn't get too far away from the you know, the overall aesthetic of the home, and that's important in the remodels as well, you know, as we want to consider what the rest of the house looks like and carry that forward into our product selection.
Second house was a partial redo, right? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. This was phase 2 though of a partial job that you already did half of it.
Exactly, and to use, I suppose, some industry lingo or some Rebath lingo, you know, we often determine our projects in phase 1 versus phase 2. Phase 1 being the wet space, phase 2 being everything afterwards. And what's interesting about this particular job and this customer is we completed the phase 1 task first in redoing their tub space, and then returned about a year later then to tackle the rest of the bathroom. And this really again shows off our capacities, inclusive of, you know, taking down all of the original wallpaper, you know, fixing the drywall as necessary before then putting all of the new product in and tying in with the aesthetic of the shower space that we'd already done a year earlier. Sometimes
budget may dictate that. I imagine there are some people who have elements in their bathroom they like and they want to keep. You just work with whatever.
That's it, exactly, and that's all, you know, established in the design process. You know, our expert design team come in and sit down with the homeowner and determine what it is they want to do, and oftentimes, as you said, it can be budget according. You know, we'll sit down and we'll price out the entire project, and then people will take a look at it and say, okay, we want to do A through Z, or maybe for now we'll do A through C, and we will return later to do it. And we very much pride ourselves on referrals and return customers. The other side of things then as well is it often gives people the peace of mind of, do you know what, let's tackle the phase 1 first, let's get our tub space, our shower space done, see how we love that, and then that will help us dictate what we want to do with the rest of the space.
You talk about meeting with your designers to help create a plan. You'll do that in your home, but you also have a showroom that gives people the opportunity to come in and touch and feel and see the products.
It does, and I always say, like, our showroom very much affirms, that's how I feel anyway, affirms that we're the right choice for everyone's project. You know, people get to come in, see the product for itself, not just our proprietary products manufactured, you know, by Rebath in-house, but also, as I mentioned, our exclusive products from, you know, our suppliers, the likes of Birch, that do our cabinetry and our countertops and so on, and then just really get a feel for the quality. Plus, where, you know, where our showroom differentiates from everyone else in the industry is you're not just going in and seeing a ton of tub and shower spaces. Like I said, we do it all, so you get to grasp a feel for everything. And, you know, even prior to visiting our showroom in person, as people visit our website, you see we actually have a virtual showroom tour as well on the website, which does a pretty good job of kind of giving a true indicator as to what it looks like.
All right. Well, let's tell folks how they can find all of that. For more information or to book an appointment for that free in-home consultation, call the number on your screen, 616-259-0423, or visit rebath.com. You can also stop by that showroom. It's at 3114 Broadmoor Avenue, Southeast. Donald, good to see you.
Thanks, Catherine.